Welcome back to Tech Garage presented by Advanced Auto Parts. Well, we got our Project RSX Resurrection in the shop, and I got to tell you, it's looking pretty good. We got our drilled and slotted rotors here, which is nice. Now we're taking it to the next level. We're going to deal with the struts and the springs. And iBox sent us some lowering springs here, which is really cool because we took our lowering springs and we put them in with our Monroe shocks you can see right here, and it made a perfect combination where we're dropping it down to about an inch, maybe 2 inches. We're getting it down in the weeds. Can't wait to see how this stance is going to be. But there's even more to the package. While we're up in the front, we're going to go ahead and use this energy suspension. We're going to go ahead and do all the control arm bushings in there, which is real nice. They even give you the lubricant to put them in. We'll get that suspension all stiffened up, and that'll be really, really nice. Also, we're going to put in some sway bars. Now, iBox also sent us these sway bars, and when you see the old anemic sway bar and you see the difference between the two, you'll know what this is all about. Sway bars help with body roll as the car's going to the left and right, and you can see the thickness of them right here. We got a front one. We also have some energy suspension bushings to secure them with, and then we got a rear one Brian's working on right now. And we're also going to add these Moog sway bar links. Now, I like these Moog sway bar links because you can see they have a Zerk fitting right here, and we can actually grease them for a longer life. And when you see the old ones, you understand why we're replacing them with these problem solvers right here. I see some aggressive driving with this car in the future. Let's join Brian and see how it's going.
All right, John, we're actually in great shape back here. I'm taking the final mounting bolt out of the old Acura sway bar. Now, we are going to save these straps, but we're of course not going to reuse the bushings. So here's the old spaghetti-like Acura sway bar, gone, and I'm excited about putting this new guy in. Now, the first thing we need to look at back here, we've got the rear strut assemblies completely done. That's the new iBox variable rate spring, which you can tell the difference up here at the top of the coil, the gaps. What that means is when you're out on track and you're loading it up and you're really leaning the car into a turn, it's going to push back nicely and give you a better contact patch at all four corners of the vehicle. So much better performance there. That whole assembly I'm very excited about. We got one final torque tightening to do on both of those strut assemblies, but we're in good shape. Next step is to take the new Moog sway bar connections, work them in. They of course only go in one way up here. And I've got the other side in. A good tip is leave these a little bit loose, so you give yourself some slack to work that sway bar down onto them. Then you go back and do a final tightening. And again, the other side is in. Now, the bushings that come with the sway bar, make sure you use the lube they provide. You don't want any binding on this sway bar. It needs to move and flex to do its job. So let me get this in. And this is where if you've got a buddy, call for a second set of hands, because I got to tell you, this new sway bar weighs a lot more. It is much beefier. So hey, John, if you got a second.
Absolutely, yeah, this thing is huge compared to the other one. That thing was like a piece of spaghetti, you're right.
Yeah. Let me get my side in, clear this muffler. Okay, I'm good.
All right.
Mounting strap back in. Now these bolts will have to be torqued to spec. There's a heck of a load back here on this suspension.
It's a good idea to leave them loose for a little while here till we can get it all lined up.
Yep.
Get that started.
Yep.
See if you can get your new, man, I love those Zerk fittings.
That's everything.
I mean, that's really, these ones are pathetic that come from the factory. Actually, plastic on the inside, that was really, really bad. I mean, they were broke to begin with, no less, trying to take them off.
Yep, I'm in. You want to get these saddles down?
Yep, go ahead and put those in.
Okay.
Imagine what this is going to do for the handling.
We're flipping for it to see who drives it first.
Exactly, I can't wait to see it. I mean, with the lower end, the new struts, the new shocks, I mean, the springs. This thing's going to be down on the ground, and then we're going to have the suspension.
We're going to have a nice, fun weekend car. Here you go if you need it.
Perfect. Let's hit these two. We about got this thing whooped.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to head over to Bernie's and look at some more performance angles when it comes to suspension systems. You take a break. I'll meet you over there when we return with more Tech Garage presented by Advanced Auto Parts.